Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Reading is Fantastical. My name is Mr. Lauren, and you are going to love this next program. So, this one is basically a nature story. Okay, it's talking about being a nature story. This teaches you about how to appreciate nature and learn about birds. So, for example, like being a junior bird watcher, what they look like and sound like. So hang on to the end so you can get the bird watching tips. And here we go. Sparrow loves birds. Let's look at this picture here. The book cover, it's got Sparrow there. She's got her binoculars so she can look at all the birds. You see there's birds above her singing. You see all the songs, chirp, 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 and all the birds here below her to the sides. Lots of birds are singing to her, and she's just having fun twisting and shaking her hair. And it looks like this is by Murray Burgess and illustrated by Tarnisha or Tamisha Anthony. Wow, very cool. Let's see what happens next. Oh, okay, so this is our summary page. And so Sparrow sets out for a day of birding where she watches, listens, and identifies the many types of birds around her through their color. So red for cardinal, and song, and cheer up, a robin, and movement, flitting backwards and forwards and even upside down, a hummingbird. Using her notebook and crayons, Sparrow records all the birds she sees on her walk. So that's just a quick little read of the summary page. And we see the binoculars and then the pictures of the different birds. Very cool. All right, so this is our illustration page here, a copyright page. So it talks about the author a little bit and the illustration copyright information so that you can refer back to them and find out all the good information. Okay, very cool. So let's see here. The illustrations for this book were done by Procreate and Photoshop with brushes and techniques. Okay, and the publisher's information is lbyr.com. lbyr.com. All right, great. We want to make sure that we give proper credit to who published the information. We've already told the author and illustrator, but we want to make sure that you have the publisher information as well. Great. So, ready to get to the story? Are you sitting comfortably? Are you relaxed? You have reading ears on? Are you being quiet? Keeping your hands to yourself? Ready? Let's go. Sparrow is a curious girl. She loves her busy town. There is so much to see and hear. From her yard, she can see all around. So you see the first picture here looking outside. She sees a bird out there, backpack, and pictures. And okay, oh, this is ready. She's inside the house, getting ready to go outside. Okay, I got it. She sees pictures on the wall. So she likes lots of animals. She's in a room and bird pictures on the wall and turtle. Very cool room. All right. She's sitting out, looks like her desk or her table. Oh, she's sitting near the window looking outside. She sees, we see behind her, looks like her drawers, and it has reptile books, all sort of animal books on her dresser and pictures of different reptiles and birds on her wall. So she really likes birds and lots of animals and such because she has it all in her room, right? Very cool. Now she's looking outside the window downstairs and she sees there's a car out there, beep, beep. Lots of traffic, things going outside. We see trees and birds flying and some singing. So lots of activity going on outside. Oh, now she looks across the street, looks like. Sparrow sees cars zooming by, neighbors walking their dogs, and children playing on the sidewalk. Sparrow hears trucks honking, dogs barking, and laughter everywhere. So we see lots of activity outside. See the dogs barking to each, talking to each other. Oh, they're having lots of fun. And neighbors outside, just people generally loving the outdoors, right? Great. But what Sparrow loves most about her town is watching birds fly and hearing them sing. She's even named after a bird. That's right, Sparrow. Sparrow loves learning the names of birds. Learning about birds isn't hard if she uses her eyes and ears. Very cool. And so you see her have waving her arms, and the birds are doing, or she's imitating them, or are they imitating her? That maybe they're imitating each other. So waving her arms, and the birds are flying about. Very cool. She looks like she really loves nature, and nature loves her, right? Her mother's waving. Okay, we see birds outside and the grass and lots of flowers. And so her mother's like, make sure you have fun, be careful. That's just from the picture. Let's see what is written on the next page. Sparrow grabs a pad and crayons to draw each bird. Then she runs outside with her backpack to take a look around. So she came ready before she went outside, and she got her pad and crayons to draw each bird. So she's getting ready to get ready. Okay, see birds there. Looks like there's a ladder next to a tree. Maybe that's her place. She's going to go up into the tree to watch the birds. All right. Sparrow learns about birds by the way they move on the top picture. So she has her binoculars, she got her pad, and she's watching them to see the way they move. Next picture below, she sees mockingbirds flap from fence post to fence post. Doop, 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 right? And so she's flapping and watching them hop around or flap from fence post to fence post. The top picture here, thrashers hide in the bushes. Oh, I get it. Robins hop on the ground. Okay, so we just learned about two more birds. Thrashers, where they hide. Where they hide? In the bushes. And robins do what? They hop on where? On the ground, right? We see those pictures there. Very cool. We're learning already. And then, oh, she's in her, looks like a tree house. Ah, that's where the ladder went. So she can watch the birds. And be very careful if you do this. Make sure you have your parents nearby and don't do it by yourself or go outside without them watching you, okay? Just to be careful. Swallows swoop from the treetops. So now we learn about a different bird, swallows, right? Next picture. Vultures circle up high. Wow, that's a bird's look of you looking down from a vulture, see her on the ground. And so vultures circle up high, right? I'm not sure if they made that sound, but it looks like they're circling up above her. Geese waddle and peck the grass. That's the top picture there, right? Geese waddle. Woodpeckers hammer the trees. Bup, 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 bup. Oh, you hear them. I've heard them before. They make lots of noise, right? Woodpeckers hammer the trees. Hummingbirds are sparrows' favorite. They are so small and so fast. They zoom and quickly pass, going forward, backward, and sometimes upside down, right? Very cool. So which ones are our favorite? The hummingbirds. Next picture. Oh, she's lying on the grass, looking up at birds, and we see birds in the, it's like a bird bath, and some in the flowers, smelling the flowers, getting some of the seeds maybe, right? And so she has her pad, she's drawing and just observing and appreciating the birds, nature. Sparrow also learns about birds by their colors. Some birds have very bold feathers that make them stand out. Cardinals are the reddest of reds. Blue jays have blue crests on the top of their heads. Starlings have colorful spots and bright yellow beaks. So we learned about, what did we learn about? They have bold colors and feathers and such, right? Cardinals, red as the Reds. Blue jays have blue crests on the top of their heads. And starlings have colorful spots and bright yellow beaks, right? Very cool. Some birds have colors that make them blend in. So she has binoculars. So some blend into nature and into the trees and branches and such, right? Mourning doves are brown and gray. That's another bird, mourning dove, right? Sparrows are brown and white. That's who she's named after, sparrows, brown and white. Red-tailed hawks blend in with their brown, white, and black feathers and also stand out with their red-orange tail. So you can see that how they stand out, right? So we learned about sparrows, red-tailed hawks. But sometimes birds are hard to see. So sparrow uses her ears instead of her eyes. Sparrow learns about birds by listening to their song, right? Very cool. So she's still listening to the songs, and mother's watching, or your parent watching, make sure you're okay, right? So she's listening to the songs of the birds. Listening, just enjoying, closing her eyes, and just imagining how much fun they're having, singing the songs outside. More songs, lots of singing. Apparently, it must be a nice, bright day where lots of birds are singing. The call is the call of the crow. Look at that crow. The middle one, some birds sing their name like a chickadee, chickadee, chickadee. And a towhee reminds you to drink your tea, drink your tea, drink your tea. Maybe that's something like that, right? Something like that. This is fun. Robin whistles. Cheer up, cheer up, cheer, cheer up. Maybe something like that. I think I've heard that before. I didn't know they were making that sound. A tuft titmouse calls for Peter, 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 Peter. Canada goose honks loudly. Wah, wah. Wow. So we learned about new birds, a robin, a tufted titmouse bird, and a Canada goose. Okay, what they do and how they sound. At the end of the day, Sparrow has many drawings of birds. Lots of different types live in her town. She just has to look and listen carefully for them. Wow, we did discover a lot of birds, what they sound and look like, right? And what they do. That's right, what they do. Here, drawings with her crayons on pages. So feel free to get a notepad and some crayons to do the same thing, perhaps. And she's inside showing her parent, her mother in this case, the drawing she has. And it looks like a cat is sitting up on the edge of the couch, listening as well, watching as well. I think they like the cat might be trying to figure out, okay, which bird can I get? So we have to be careful about that, right? That's right. Do you want to give learning about birds a try? All you need are your ears and your eyes. Birds can be identified with patience and time. If you look in your town, what birds can you find? That's a very good idea. Ooh, very cool. Here is the bird watching tips. So make sure you pay attention. I'm not going to read them all here. Make sure you get the book for either your public library or you can go online and order it. I think this might be a book that you really want to, if you're interested in birds, purchasing. That way you can take your time. And because sometimes with the books in the library, you have to bring them back at a certain period of time, right? So you want to make sure that maybe have this book. Take your time, identify the birds, use this as a guide. And then if you're really deep, then you can perhaps get other books that kind of help you with identifying the birds and what their characteristics, what they do, right? So go ahead and do that. Wow, this was really a fun topic here. Make sure you hit the like button, the thumbs up, and share it with your friends. And keep this one nearby, save it so that you can make sure to go back and identify and just enjoy those birds and just have some fun. Make sure you get your notepad, and write it down, color it in, and keep that nearby. So anyway, have a great day. Enjoy the birds. Be careful. Make sure you have your parent nearby. And if you climb up in a tree, be careful about that. But otherwise, make sure that if you're running about the birds, that you don't step in anything bad and that you don't get into the bushes and get into a bad situation. So just be very careful. Okay, have a great time. Take care. Bye-bye.